All right, I have another graphics card. Y'all couldn't figure out, I'm trying to learn how to repair these. But this one doesn't look like it's ever been opened. The screws look rusty on the inside. And they said when you plug it into the computer, it shorts out. It shorts out the computer. So we go from ground to, is this positive? I'm not sure. Yeah, so it is shorted. The positive is shorted. Our 12 volts is shorted. So let's take it apart and see if we can't figure out where the short's at. All right, so we have a short on our 12 volts. That's the positive side, so that means we have a short here. The RAM's not shorted. I guess that's RAM. And this is CPU. I'm not sure about that. That's still 12 volts. This is probably 5 volts. That's good. Probably PEX. And that's good. And our 12 volts on the PCI Express coming in is good. 3.3 is good. And I'm assuming this is 1.8. And it's good. So we have, the only thing that seems to be shorted is our 12 volts. So I'm assuming it's going to be one of these MOSFETs here. Well, I guess we'll inject voltage. Let's make sure that this was, it was shorted here, right? Yeah. We'll inject voltage there. I'll take our camera. Did y'all see that? Somewhere right in there, I think. I lost it. All right, so I think this MOSFET is shorted because from here to here is shorted to my 12 volts. But from this MOSFET to here, it is not shorted. But on this side of the MOSFET, it is shorted. So yeah, I think this MOSFET is shorted. And it makes sense because my 12 volts isn't shorted to ground until I do this. And to be honest, my 12 volts was shorted directly to the CPU. So the CPU is most likely dead, but I won't know until I take this MOSFET off. So I guess let's do that. All right, it is off. So now let's see, is it still shorted from here to here? It is not. So I should be able to power the card just like this. And if the CPU is not dead, it should at least attempt to boot. Power supply is on. Switch over to console. Getting black screen. So I saw image out on the card. So CPU is alive and well. So we need to replace that MOSFET. GA8B13. EVGA 8B13. Or am I looking up the wrong number? I'd be looking at E6930. It is a dual asymmetric in-channel excess pair FET. Okay, 30-volt dual asymmetric in-channel. All right, so I found this chip from a PS5, and I'm looking at the bottom of it. It looks like it will fit nice and neat on there. This has a rating of 25 volts, whereas these E6930s, and I did order some, but I'm an impatient human being, and I figure if I've got stuff to fix it, why not try to use that? I don't know if I should try it or not try it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to put some flux down. I'm going to hit it with some heat. All right, I'm going to try to cut this on real quick and see if anything blows up. All right, nothing blew up. And it looked like it was putting out a signal. So I am going to put this back together. Part is plugged in. We will see if it outputs video. And if it outputs video, then I will put it in my machine and see if I can stress it. So cut it on. Uh-oh. Not outputting video. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's outputting video. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the screws back in. Put it in my main PC. So I will see y'all on my main computer. All right. So I put it in my main PC, and the PC started booting up, and then it snapped and the PC went off. So I disassembled the card, and that MOSFET that I stole from the PS5 shorted, and it shorted out the 12-volt line. So I removed it, and as you can see now, my 12-volt line is no longer shorted. So I just happened to get this MOSFET here from DigiKey, the no kidding part, just like the ones that were on there, brand spanking new. So we're going to go ahead and install this. All right, I'm going to put this back together and give it a test and see what happens. All right, let's give this a whirl and see if we get any image. Or if is it going to short that MOSFET again? Yeah, I just shorted it. I don't understand. Why is it shorting? All right, so that MOSFET shorted. And this MOSFET shortened. So let me tell you the story. So it's been like 2 weeks since the last clip. But originally this MOSFET shorted. And so I replaced it with a MOSFET from a PS5 like a moron. Well, then that MOSFET immediately shorted. And I had already ordered the correct MOSFET. So I put the correct MOSFET on. It immediately shorted. Well, I had inadvertently left the inductor on this phase popped up. So it wasn't actually making connection to the output of this MOSFET. So that MOSFET shorted. Well, now every time I put a MOSFET here, it shorts as well. So I'm going to go back to the drivers of those MOSFETs. and I'm going to replace the driver of those MOSFETs. And I'm going to replace the two shorted MOSFETs. And if they short again, then I'm out of friggin' ideas, bro. At that point, I don't know what to do. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to hope that it works. So all right, so we changed 2 MOSFETs. The other one, I don't know where it's at, and 2 drivers. So we're going to hope that there's not going to be any more shorted MOSFETs. Everything feels pretty cool. We'll go ahead and cut on the power supply. We will go ahead and hook up a ground. And we will check this phase and see and make sure it doesn't short as soon as we cut it on. It did. Dang it. It shorted, man. Which one shorted? It was that MOSFET that was shorted. The other one doesn't seem to have shorted. This one. Why does that MOSFET keep shorting? I don't get it. Hold on. Is this gate shorted to ground? That gate is open load. This gate shorted to ground. It is not. But this gate is open load, and I don't think that gate should be open load, dude. Like this gate. But then again, that's with a MOSFET on there. That reading must be through the gate driver. Is this chip not on there correctly? I mean, it's a little crooked, but let's see which pin. Let's see which pin this is tied to. I think this first, I guess that would be the 5th pin. Okay. What is this tied to? Nothing. Let's resolder this chip. Matter of fact, let's take that chip off and try a different one. Before I do that, let's take this one. We know that this pin on this MOSFET is connected to this pin on this chip. Where is this pin connected to? Okay, so that's supposed to be connected to there. And on this one, it is not connected to there. So, yeah, let's heat up this chip. Let's take it off. Now, do I have continuity between here and here? I do not, and I absolutely should though. So is that going through a 0 ohm resistor? I am not certain about that, but that has to be. My logic is if this gate is tied to this pin, that means that this driver is turning on and off the low side MOSFET. Meaning when it turns on, it allows this inductor to discharge through the CPU, through the inductor, through the low side MOSFET in this dual channel MOSFET to ground. But if the high side is not making it If the high side gate is not making it, then it never the high side MOSFET never turns on. I just don't know where this goes. I mean, why don't I have a connection? Why don't I have a connection? Do I have a connection from the sister MOSFET? Because one of these MOSFETs, so like if I go from here to here, it is not shorted. But if I go from here to here, it is shorted. So this MOSFET is essentially the parallel of this MOSFET. So if I go from here to here, I don't get, so there's got to be something that's in between the gate and this pin. It's probably on the other side of the board. That's a 6 ohm. Am I missing a resistor right there? So it would be, this thing was pretty corroded when I initially got it. All right, man, so I think I found some ripped off pads here of some capacitors. And it just so happens that this ripped off pad relates directly to, in this area, where this MOSFET keeps shorting. But that doesn't explain why I don't have continuity between here and here, which I should have continuity. As far as I can tell, it goes into a via. Is it possible that the via is damaged? Is that possible? It's got internal damage, because that does not short to anywhere I have found on the back of the board. Yeah, I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this pin is supposed to drive this gate. So what if we just soldered a wire from here to here after we install the new driver and we install another MOSFET? What if we install a wire from here to here to restore that connection? I'm going to waste one more MOSFET and one more driver doing this and see if maybe, just maybe, that's why the MOSFET keeps shorting. So let's put on one more MOSFET. Now we need to get a wire somehow, some way, into this little teeny area. Actually, you know what? Get a little solder on the iron. Take our wire. That side's connected. Now we should have restored connectivity to our driver. So if I ohm from my gate, my high side gate, to pin 1, I have restored connectivity. So now we are going to plug this bad boy in and see if it blows up, man. We shall see if it shorts out. All right, here we go. I'm a little scared. All right, staying steady, y'all. Staying steady. Do we have our PWM? We do. So I think that may have fixed that one. So now let's do the same to the other. All right, here goes nothing. Will it short or will it not short? It's short. Oh, dang, dude. All right, here we go. This is the last try, man. I have replaced the MOSFET again. I've replaced the driver again with a brand new driver. I have the wire soldered between the gate and the driver. If it shorts this time, I'm out. I can't keep wasting MOSFETs. So let's see if we're going to be okay this time. Please be okay this time. It didn't short. It didn't short. It did not short. Let's check. Let's check PWM. Or let's check our output phase and make sure it looks okay. This should be this one. Looks good. Dude, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Hopefully the GPU's not dead after all the shorts, but how cool is that, man? This thing, oh, the fan stopped running. That's okay though, that's normal. So now I guess the only thing I need to do is to stress it and see if all of that stuff holds up. Well, the display port that I currently have the other monitor plugged into definitely does not work. So we're on my ultra wide screen right now, so I hesitate to do this, but we're gonna bring up some Furmark, and we are going to run it and see. Hopefully we can see the whole thing. I hope you can see all of it. Well, there you have it, 12,205. The 1080 Ti got 18,000, I think. So start to finish, it took me roughly 2 months ordering parts, waiting on parts, burning up parts. So anyhow, y'all be good.